who's a gospel musician in the studio with me. We'll get to chat with them in a few minutes. I just wanted to remind you about a few things. First of all, imagine that you had the power to impact the world around you. At the British Council, they see students from all over the world with dreams of a bright future coming together for a quality education that achieves goals. Now, those who study abroad in countries like the UK are getting much more than just a degree. They are getting a world of valuable experiences. So you visit the British Council website today and find out how you can also own your future. Fellow Ghanaians, the next COVID-19 vaccination campaign for Greater Accra is happening from the 15th to the 19th of March under the auspices of the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Services and partners. All over Ghana, trained health workers are at post to get you vaccinated against COVID-19 in our health centers, schools, markets, churches, bus stations, and neighborhoods. Those who have had their first and second doses of the COVID-19 vaccine qualify to go for a booster dose. The vaccine is safe, effective, and free. It reduces COVID-19 disease, its severity, and prevents hospitalization and death. You continue to observe the COVID-19 prevention protocols so you can live a good life. Wear your mask in crowded places. Frequently wash your hands with soap and running water. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers and keep physical distance. Protect yourself, your family. Get vaccinated against COVID-19. This message is from the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service and partners. The biggest gospel music experience of the year is also here. MOG's New Wine Concert is coming up this Sunday, the 19th of March 2023 at the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel International, Obechebi Runabout at 5 p.m. The theme is The Coming Glory. MOG, together with gospel artists Ohima Mercy, Uncle Atu, PSC Esther, Kofi Usupepra, and Ella Duncan Williams will thrill worshippers. They'll also have the Keepers Music and Liberty Voices Choir joining them. 40 CDs for your tickets. Double is 70. Regular is 80 CDs. VIP 200 Ghana CDs. You get to dial *389*777# to get your tickets, or visit tickets.newwineconcert.com to buy your ticket as well. For further inquiries, call 0500 053881. That's 0500 053881. Righto, so let me play you a warm-up as we get ready to chat with Fred Che Mensah, better known as Fredima, veteran music producer, and his son, Che Mensah. Here and then the other on the phone. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here this morning. How you doing, Fredima?
I'm fine, my adorable sister. It's been a while.
I know. When I saw your son this morning, I said, we're banning your Ada because he looks just like you. I'm like, it was like a spitting image, you know. Then when I saw him see his father, I'm like, grab a seat. Where's your dad? He'll be on his way.
I miss our VGMA days.
Yes, I do too. We all miss you out there, and I'm sure that during the conversation we'll get to some of those issues.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yes, but I'm sure that for a lot of you who are listening this morning, you've heard Che Mensah's music, and you probably heard the name Fredima in the music circles. But hey, out of respect, I will start with the father, Fred Chimensa, because that is where the story begins. So I'll ask Mr. Fred Chimensa to tell us a little bit about himself, and then we will roll more into our conversation.
Well,
so welcome once again,
Thank
gentlemen.
you very much. My name is Fred Chimensa, and I come from Agogo in the Ashanti region, Agogo Ashanti Achum. My parents were with the Presbyterian Church. That's where I grew up. My maternal grandfather was a trumpeter at the Agogo Presbyterian Church. My mother being a member of the singing band in the Presbyterian Church. And most of the people who come from my family are singers. One of them is Nana Buji. He's my uncle. He's also into music. And Nana Machidide too is a family of mine. So coming from there, the Friampo Sensitive Kofi Bees. I attended Prempeh College. In Prempeh College, I joined the school choir. And some of my compatriots in the school choir were the current minister for energy, Napo. Yes, I was singing all 10 and he was singing alto.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were all in the same class. We were being tutored by Opanyi Kwajoche, the famous marriage counselor. So after school, I wanted to do medicine. Fortunately, my family member or my cousin who wanted to sponsor me, Mr. Fred Taylor, who used to work with Ghana Airways, said that, looking at the exigencies of time at that time, the kind of money that he was going to sponsor me, he would like us to start some business with. So we started working with Shell as a fuel station manager. So in 1989, I became the Shell fuel station manager for the one at East Cantonment Pharmacy here. It used to be Tezaco. So I was the young manager there before I was transferred to Ring Road. The present day near the bus stop, the fuel station there, I managed there. But in between, I was, also doing music. Music was my passion.
Right.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I had a chance of having access to computer that does music, that's Atari computer in the early 1990s. And among most of the people who had the computer, I was among them. I had about 3 of them. So Zamale, Samir and Wani, all of them used to come and rent and then have their computer there. So that's how I established my studio, Fredima. And the Fredima is the acronym between myself and my wife. I'm Fred and my wife is Ima. So Fred and Nema, right. Fredima. That's why I came in.
That's how you came by your name. Yeah. So you probably want to continue from how you left the fuel station business and then you just went into music full time.
Yeah, so around 1989, I discovered a lady called Selena Ollins Lindsay. She was taking care of Lumba's shop at Okaishi. Later on, Lumba also recorded him before Ofram Ponsa came in for me to discover Ofram Ponsa as well. So in 1992, National Theatre was open in 1992, and they had a program called the Showtime on Saturdays. So we went for an audition. That audition included the famous Kwame Yeboah, Kwame Sefakai, myself, Kofi Annie Johnson, Rasapia Levi, General Marcus, and a host of other people.
Oh, those are big names.
Yeah,
all of them.
Including Ufuria and Ponsa and a whole lot of things. So from that time, we started doing music for a lot of people. Before the Sebre Jamra and a whole lot of others also came in.
Were you playing any instruments?
Yes, I was playing the keyboards.
Right.
Yes. So
did you learn by yourself?
Yes, self-taught. But most of them I had inspiration from Dominic Ansasari. His father. I know Dominic. His father was our music tutor in Prempeh College.
Oh,
so he was my junior. But I saw what was in him. So I took a lot of lessons from Dominic Ansasari.
Right.
And other aspects of other people also teaching me some of the notations and how to read music and a whole lot of things. So in 1992, that was where I established Fredima Studio properly. Meanwhile, I was doing it in my bedroom at Latibia Koshi before coming to Circle here to establish that studio. It was then and then that I was attending Reverend Uswansa, who's here,
right?
Living Bread Church. That's where I met JQ. So JQ asked me to train him as a sound engineer. So he was my first student that I trained him in 1994, 1995, before Apietus also came in. Right. So while training JQ, I made also JQ also teach Apietus the rudiments of his sound engineering.
Right.
And then
good morning, Apietus. Are you listening?
And then it followed suit. A lot of people were discovered in my studio, from the Dasibre Jamne, Reggie Zippis, the Saminis, all of them, Kiki Fusu, all of them passed through before Ohima Messi too used to come in had sessions in my studio from Koforidua when she was a student.
Right.
Before I discovered Celestine Donko, and then wrote this song. I wrote, and then she also added some parts. And
to it.
the Jenny Kofi B also was there.
Well, you have seen a whole host
Yes,
of all those
right.
amazing musicians.
Right.
And then, of course, your son Che Mensah also
Yes.
showed up.
Yes.
Tell us about Che Mensah growing up, because
Growing
I
up.
am sure that he was influenced by some of the music that
Yes.
you
The
had around
day, the
him.
day was on a Monday. I'm also a Monday born.
Nice.
On the Valentine's Day.
Hey, Brakujo.
Yes. On the 14th of February.
Nice.
1990 something. Yes, I'll just leave it. Kokubo Fajiman, Pacheco, if you know
Yes.
him, he used to work with GBC, and that day he was on duty.
Right.
So Che Mensah came into this world with music. That was the very day too that I was recording. Uframpo says, "Adom Mefie, at CHM with that Lumba." That was the day that mother also gave birth to him. So he was welcome into this world
With a lot of music, yes.
Yeah, so at the age of 3, when I was doing jingles, this guy would come to the studio. At that time, I was trained up here too. He would come and then be touching the keyboards. I said, Charlie, this guy, you be womb. So I had a teacher for him to teach him how to read music notations. Very
fantastic.
Unfortunately, he attended a very good school, Christ the King School.
Nice.
You know, from Mary Kindergarten.
Mary
Kindergarten around the Bosphorus to Christ the King. So after Christ the King, I saw that this guy is musically inclined, because most of the farm adverts that I was doing, he was part of it.
Right.
Jingles. So I made him go to John Terry School to upgrade his music skills.
Nice.
And then he went to Central University, and the rest is history. That he's sitting here today.
Che Mensah, you have to definitely, you have to just blaze us with some music. Can you play something on
yes,
your guitar
definitely.
for us?
I have we arranged something very nice for you people.
Super.
Since we are at Joy FM.
Hey, please.
So,
why not? Show us some class.
I have joy in my heart, deep down in my heart. Oh, I have joy in my heart, deep down in my heart. Jesus gave to me, and no one can destroy it. I have joy in my heart, deep down in my heart. Jesus gave to me, and no one can destroy it. I have joy in my heart, deep down in my heart.
I like it. I love it. Wait. I'm definitely gonna ask a big favor. We're gonna go into the studio and do this, and we'll get Fredima to cut it,
Definitely.
so we can add it to our jingles. That is beautiful.
I'm going to even add your name to it.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice. So, Che, tell us about your work with music. How much inspiration did you get for your dad to start your music career?
So I'll start with when I finished BC, right? I was just in the house, and my dad would say, "Sorry, Uncle gig, like he's going to play live band." Shout out to Minor Rhythms. That was the name of the band. It's coming back. It's coming back.
Minor Rhythms.
Yeah, Minor Rhythms.
Nice.
So I remember he would
They sing better than you.
No. I'm the champion in the house. But I mean, if they are listening, if they actually try their best, I think they'll be much better singers than I am actually.
Were you singing in the choir when you were growing up? Did you do any choir singing at all?
The truth, I was telling a friend of mine, I've been singing since class 2, like in a choir. I've been in a choir since class 2.
Wow.
In Christ the King, and in Christ the King, I mean, I was doing solos. I was singing solos, and I was also playing the keyboard. I remember the time that I think it was President Kufuor came to the school, and then I played, and I got a standing ovation from him. That was a highlight. And I remember in Christ the King too, there was an award that they gave, and apparently they don't give that award again. That was best singer, and I got that too.
Nice.
And then of course went to John Tay, which has a rich history of music, and sang there too. And in Central University, I was also in the choir, and I ended up becoming the music director for all the choirs.
Right. So it wasn't far fetched that you actually had to go into gospel music per se.
It wasn't far fetched at all.
No. But how has it been so far? How many years have you been doing full-time gospel music?
It's been 5 years.
5 years
since 2018. So the song you played, Nyambetre, that was the first song that we put out. It's been a roller coaster.
Right. Tell me why.
Yeah. I've had my high moments. High being releasing Nyambetre, which was everywhere. I remember that time I didn't have a car at that time, so I would be in the church row, and then they'll be playing the song on radio, and you'll be seeing people singing the song.
Yeah.
In the church row, and it was like a really high moment.
Yeah, like that's my song.
That's my song.
Did you write it yourself?
No, so my dad and Kofi B wrote that song.
Right, and then what about the instrumentation?
It was done by a certain man called Oshobo Herbert Krasi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you did the singing.
Yeah, and I did the singing, and Dominic Kwachi played the guitar on it. So I mean, Kalama, Kalama played bass and guitar and all of that.
Right.
And those are one of the high moments. One of the low moments was when I was working with let's say a label. We dropped Nyambetre together, and because of one or two things we couldn't work together anymore. So one of the lows was in 2019, where I actually wanted to stop. I mean, I was like, let me not record music again. I can teach people how to sing, I can do all that, so let me just do that. But thank God for my dad and my mom.
Thumbs up, Dad.
Yeah, they used to come to my room every morning. Oh, you can do this. It's not something, because my dad, he always said this thing to me, like, if I've been able to take care of you and your siblings through music,
how had he lost my studio?
Why has he lost his studio?
June,
I mean, you can still do it. So I mean, from that point, that's why I decided that let me try this music thing one more time.
Yes.
And that's when I released my second song, which actually got me a nomination at the VGMAs.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I like the story and the way it's going, and I like the fact that your father was an inspiration. So basically, you recorded the music and everything. Your dad wrote the first song for you. How come you didn't allow your dad to manage your music business?
Right. So my dad is someone that believes in experience, like having to experience things on your own. And one of the things that he used to say a lot was, you are the best manager for yourself. You are the best person to manage yourself. And it really helped, because now if someone is coming in to come and say, okay, I'm coming to manage you, I know what I want, I know what I don't want. Right. But he's been more than a manager. I mean, I don't think I would be sitting here at Joy FM if it wasn't for my father.
Right.
Being interviewed by the legend, like a legend that you are, growing up listening to you. My mom is really excited. Shout out to my mom, because it's like, the cool music. And you've really been an instrumental part of my journey too, because of the type of music you play and everything. So yeah, I mean,
for me, that's a star moment right there.
Right? So I mean, I attribute a lot of it to my father's teachings and everything. So yeah, he's more than a manager. He's been an inspiration. I mean, writing some songs for me, telling me now, between you and amateur, all of that. So yeah, he's been a great Charlie.
Charlie. Oh, I like that. Fist bump.
We click so well.
Yeah, you can tell.
He's not my son. He's my friend.
Yeah. That's basically when you know somebody for more than 5 years, the person becomes more like your family, and you don't even bother about you putting ties to it. But for me, that was the excitement I had in my head the day I decided that I was going to do second generation. I thought, what about the second generation of parents who do music and want to just pass it on to their children who are also, in that line of business. And so that's the main aim for bringing you guys here. Just let other people know that other parents who are in the music industry, you could be a singer, you could be the keyboardist, and you could also be the choir master, but you definitely do have a child who is also interested in the business, and sometimes a little encouragement, a fist bump here and there, and the fact that you are an inspiration for the child, it helps. And sometimes some children will find music and probably go a little bit out of line, but when the parents are there to steer them clear, it also helps out. So I'm glad that you're here to tell your story. Fantastic. Let's hear something from Che Mensah, and then we'll come back to our chat with Fred Che Mensah and his son, Che Mensah. with me in the studio. He's Che Mensah. His father is Fred Che Mensah, a veteran music producer, and you could see him nodding his head to the rhythm because he did create it too. Beautiful rhythms, actually. You can't go wrong. So anyway, let me. I will ask the question, but I think maybe Dad will answer first, and then you will answer first, and then we'll tell the difference. So for Dad, Fred Che Mensah, in your mind and in your heart, who would you like to have a wonderful collaboration with your son here?
Well, I think one came. That's with Niela. When I listened to, and then Diana Hamilton too.
Okay.
I wish maybe Joe Mitchell locally. And then international thing, we have a lot of people too who are also.
Who are you looking at internationally? Hey, I mean, you got just to dream.
Try.
Dad, go first, and then Che will go. Oh no, go ahead.
So the direction I go to is it Ron Kiloni?
He's old school. He's old school. So
you hear him at an old school sitting with you now. So Ali, it's a blend.
Yeah,
you want to have that kind of numbers, you know.
Right.
So for instance, this song that you played, I had inspiration for Julio Iglesias kind of music. I listened to, so it has a kind of Spanish.
Right.
You could have gone into the local, but I wanted you to have that kind of different touch with a blend of the acoustic guitar.
Right.
So that was how this
song came about. Yeah. And Che, given the chance, who would you like to record with?
I think he has mentioned it too.
Okay, so at least you have
the funny thing is, so with this song, right? This song was written with the inspiration of my mom.
Okay.
About how, difficult her childhood was and everything. So I spoke to my friend who's in Sunyani. Shout out to Obin King. And he produced the song.
Right.
And Jesse played the guitar on it. And the BVs, you hear like the nice BVs at the back. It's just one guy.
Oh shoot. God.
It's just one guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I would
the guy.
Oh, he's that Nicholas Adam Jr. That's one of my best friends.
Nice.
My roommate from college.
Fantastic.
So I would love to do a song with Diana Hamilton. It's a dream of mine.
Miss D, are you listening?
I hope Auntie Diana.
We can work it out.
We have to. We have to.
Don't worry.
And one of the people that actually wanted to work with Niela, I have the opportunity to work with her. Such a lovely person. One of my big sisters. Internationally, I would love to do something with Kirk Franklin.
See where he went to, and that came from Roger.
Yeah, Kirk Franklin, and there's a gentleman called Jonathan McReynolds. He has he's in a new school. I would love to do music with him. But then Kirk Franklin, that guy has helped. Right. I mean, he doesn't know that he has helped, but he has helped me
in a great way.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I am sure that you have big dreams for your son, Dad Fred Che Mensah. I mean, apart from the fact that we're mentioning some of the people that you would like for him to collaborate with, how do you want to see him in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I want to see one of the biggest stages in the world, transcending beyond the borders of Ghana.
Right.
I mean, he being seen all over the world. I will be sitting on my television, see CNN maybe interviewing him or any of that big, that platform.
Right.
Because I see the future in terms of his dexterity on the music scene.
Right.
His voice control, voice texture, and everything can be compared to all those kind of people who are making
music,
it big.
Yeah.
So the next 5 years, I foresee him going very high in terms of his music approach.
Right. And Che, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You know, the funny thing is, 5 years ago, my dad envisioned all of these things.
Right.
Having your own music out, doing everything, like being on big platforms. So if he's saying that the next 5 years, this is what he wants, then it's definitely going to come to pass. But personally, I believe in spreading the word of God through different forms of music. Sometimes we feel like gospel is like a one-way thing. It has to sound this way. But I believe that my purpose on this earth is to preach the gospel through music, through diverse forms of music. So definitely I would like to travel, around the world, spreading the good news, spreading the gospel through music, through this guitar. Maybe sometimes you just see me in a big arena, it's just me and my guitar, and I'm just singing, songs. So yeah, that's why I'm envisioning myself. And of course, married with some grandchildren for them. Because the question has been coming. The question has been coming. You wake up in the morning and my mom is like, hey.
Into Wasi. A little patience.
Yeah.
Don't worry, your time go come.
It go come.
Daddy Che, the time go come.
It go come.
Yeah, but Fred, Che Mensah, you have the talent, you have the foresight, and I am sure that. I mean, those two things alone would definitely propel you to where you want to go, and your amazing parents inspiring you and praying for you and pushing you. You're there already.
I'm sorted.
Yeah. You're in a good place. Don't you worry about it. But hey, we're chatting with Fred Che Mensah, his veteran music producer, and his son Che Mensah, who's a gospel musician. If you're hearing amazing music on our radio this morning, well, Dad has been doing the production and son has been doing the singing. We are on Second Generation. Is as part of our Ghana Month celebrations here, talking about Ghanaians doing great music, parents inspiring their children, and of course children getting a lot of strength from the support of their parents. We'll take a quick break and then we'll be right back with some more. Stick and stay with us. This is the Cosmopolitan Mix with Second Generation. Folks, earlier this week we started talking about the medicinal benefits of some typical Ghanaian fruits. By kind courtesy of Awake Purified Drinking Water, we just wanted to get you to run through it in case you missed it. Somebody was actually asking about alasa because it's her favorite. It's called the African star fruit, popularly known in Ghana as alasa, enjoyed by children and the youth especially. It can be very sweet, but sometimes very acidy and sour. I can't seem to eat it. But African star apple serves as a natural source of antioxidants. It helps you remove damaging, oxidizing agents from the body system. It keeps the immune system healthy. It also helps in healthy digestion and helps you overcome constipation and other digestive problems. Consumption of star apple helps in preventing most dangerous health problems like cancer of the colon. We also spoke about guava a few days ago. Fresh guavas are rich in vitamins A, B, and C. One most important benefit of eating guava is that it helps in better eyesight. It contains vitamin A, which helps one to see clearly and prevents one from developing cataracts and macular degeneration. Guava, again, is very good for pregnant women because it contains folic acid and vitamin B9, recommended to be given to women since it helps in developing a baby's nervous system and protect the baby from neurological disorders. We also spoke about abrofun katie. That was yesterday. Tropical almonds. It's seasonal, mostly loved by children as well. It helps in promoting brain development and lowers the occurrence of Alzheimer's disease. This is also very good for pregnant women because it contains some folic acid, which is good for the baby in the womb. Tropical almonds help to reduce inflammation because the seed of the fruit contains oil, which tends to reduce inflammation in the abdominal cavity. We also mentioned velvet tamarind, better known as yoyi in these parts. It helps in treating low blood sugar. It's advisable that people suffering from diabetes do not take yoyi or velvet tamarind due to the high level of sugar it contains. It contains a lot of vitamin C, which helps the body to form blood vessels, cartilage, muscle, and collagen in bones. We also spoke about aluguntuguin, the soursop. It's often enjoyed by adults. Very rich in vitamin C, an antioxidant known to boost immune health. It also contains potassium, which helps to stabilize your high blood pressure. All this information proudly brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water. Grab your 330 or 500 milliliter bottle, or grab a 750 milliliter bottle or 1.5 liter bottle if you are a heavy drinker, or simply get a 19 liter jar for your home. You just need to get quality hydration from your Awake Purified Drinking Water. On every bottle that you purchase, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. Produced by Casapreco. For bulk purchases, contact 0262 351 251 or 0272 13373. This advert is FDA approved. We got a couple of announcements, and then we'll go back and chat with Fred Che Mensah and his son Che Mensah, who are in our studio as part of our second generation in this month of March. Crux Training Institute brings you a world of opportunities with their chartered professional certifications. Enhance your career and be recognized globally with a chartered program that distinguishes you from the crowd. It's time to achieve your dreams to be a chartered financial risk manager, a chartered forensic financial auditor, chartered human resource manager, chartered digital marketing professional, a chartered international project manager, chartered procurement and logistics manager, chartered oil and gas manager. Admissions in progress, weekend and online options available. Call 055-222-2217 or 0243-457339. Set yourself apart with the most relevant and sought-after professional courses of today. From Crux Training Institute, excellence in training. Sales Leadership Convention is here. It's a 2-day sales training program designed specifically for the sales operation professionals. Sales Leadership Convention offers executive level facilitators who deliver strategic insight and best practice tactics that accelerate performance and drive bottom line growth. The theme for this year is winning more with less, and it's on the 23rd and 24th of March between 8:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. each day. It will be held at the Silver Star Towers at Airport City. To register, call Jemima 054-6052-571. Swedu Secondary School, Swesco, is 64 years old. Hooray! The board, school management, parents association, the Old Students Association, and the entire PSC fraternity invite all students and the general public to this year's speech and prize giving day under the theme Semper Cum Optimus, our heritage, self-defense, and hope for the future. It's on Saturday, that's tomorrow, 18th March, at the Esther Hansen Ceremonial Grounds at 9 a.m. prompt. Chairman is Dr. Emmanuel Danso, Suesco 73, guest speaker Professor Kate Ado Adeku, Suesco 63, and guest of honor Professor Elijah Paintsel, Suesco 83. All Suesco Old students are reminded to be present with their year group presidents. And fellow Ghanaians, the next COVID-19 vaccination campaign for Greater Accra is happening from the 15th to the 19th of March under the auspices of the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service and partners. All over Ghana, trained health workers are at post to get you vaccinated against COVID-19 in our health centers, schools, markets, churches, bus stations, and neighborhoods. Those who have had their first and second doses of the COVID-19 vaccine qualify to go for a booster dose. The vaccine is safe, effective, and free. It reduces COVID-19 disease, its severity, and prevents hospitalization and death. Continue to observe the COVID-19 prevention protocols to live a good life. Wear your face mask in crowded places. Frequently wash your hands with soap and running water. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers and keep physical distance. Protect yourself, protect your family, and get vaccinated against COVID-19 now. This message is from the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and partners.
It's the beat, the rhythm, the sound. This is 99.7 Joy FM.
In the background, Take It All from Che Mensah. His father is the veteran music producer, Fred Che Mensah. So, Che, I just wanted to find out from you before we go. Would you have pursued any other career if your dad wasn't into music?
Actually, I would have.
When you were growing up, even before you got, totally in love with everything that your dad was doing, what did you really want to become?
A lawyer.
A lawyer.
Yes.
Okay. And
now
I understand why you didn't let your dad manage you. But exactly, what profession would you have liked your son to pursue if he didn't become a career, a gospel musician as his
any
career?
profession of his choice. You know, those days I can't remember primary college, medical or suicide. I mean, but going to the medical school was quite different. I allow my children to choose their own trade, because at the end of the day, when I'm not there, the rest,
it's up to them.
That's on them. So I only just guide them.
Exactly.
I give them the free will. Seriously, I give them the free will.
But you have raised a fantastic young man, I would say.
Yes, because everything that I lost in my childhood, I decided to bring to them. I was very brilliant.
Right.
Second one went to Premier College. The third one went to Achimota School. And then so I've educated them to that kind of pedestal. For them to take over their life as they go on. So James are there. I'm only, trying to help him.
He
takes his own decisions, and then he has his own production team that he works with. I'm very, very comfortable. I will lay the tracks for him, and then the rest of them he goes.
But he comes for advice.
Oh yes, for
Fantastic.
that one, 100%.
Yes, and I'm sure that if there are any parents here who are, it doesn't necessarily have to be in music, but any other career, and wanting their children to also pursue same. I'm sure that you have some advice that you would like to give, and then of course Che will also throw his in before we bid you adieu.
Yes, because now, for instance, if you watch Dr. Boedi Nyamiche's morning, what we call Command Your Morning, he's been there singing a lot, and I'm so happy, to have that man in his life.
Right.
In terms of his music, but at least be exposed on that aspect of life. And then what I'll tell people that, hey, whatever you are doing, sometimes your passion can become your profession.
That's true.
In terms, my music was my passion,
and you followed it up.
Yes,
today.
and everything that I've achieved in this life, is from music and a whole lot of it. And there are some people that I would like to also mention in my journey, in terms of how I suffered on the third June when I lost everything.
Right.
Someone like Bishop Obinium and the wife Florence Obinium, Reverend Dr. Usu Bempa, and the Reverend Dr. Boedi Nyamiche, and a lot of other people that I can't mention here. I mean, God bless. And my wife too.
Right.
We've been together for almost 34 years,
Oh, Mama Che
Mensa. More zing 4 years before marriage. So 34
fantastic.
Years.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
God bless you so much.
Yes. And Che, what would you like to say? What are some of the things that you have actually gleaned from, hanging on to dad and trying to learn from him, and what you like to say to young people like you who would also like to venture into a business that their parents are into?
Right. One thing I've learned from my dad is consistency. The fact that if you're not consistent at something, you will not be good at it.
Right.
And so with music, I've been playing the guitar for 5 years. And I think in the 5 years I've missed playing guitar for maybe 4 or 5 days, because every day I'm playing it. Every day I'm learning something new. If it's even playing one thing, I remember I played just one song for about a year, just to perfect it.
Right.
So, and to my fellow musicians out there, don't be afraid to branch out, try new things. The world is changing right now. Before, maybe say in 2018, if you release a song, the song's relevance is like maybe 2 or 3 months, but right now a song's relevance can be like 1 week or 3 days. So listen, branch out, try new things, try new stuff. And a couple of my friends have been listening to you since they were little.
Right.
Araba, Nadia, Yvonne. They say I should mention them if I don't mention your names.
Araba, Nadia, Yvonne. Shout out to you. You got great taste.
They've got great taste. So shout out to you. I've done your work, please. and to my production team, to Nicholas, to David, to Ruwela, to Nanaya, to Atukwe, all of them. Thank you guys so much.
And
I wouldn't
your
have
2
been
siblings.
Here. And my 2 siblings.
Yes.
Papa Sabre and another Papa, I'll buy the food. I'm coming. He's texting me that Charlie, there's some rice midday. That's how I buy cow.
Don't worry, big brother.
And Dr. Boedi Nyamiche, my pastor. Thank you guys so much.
Amen. You know what? I like for you to just play us something to see us out. That would be fantastic to win the show.
I'll play a classic for you.
So let me just sign out, and then I'll allow Che Mensah to play us out. It's been fantastic serving you folks this morning. I've been with Fred Che Mensah, the veteran music producer, and his son Che Mensah. God willing, we'll be back with Second Generation again next Friday. Have a great weekend. Listen to Che Mensah. He'll take us the news unknown.
All right. Every tongue in heaven and earth shall declare your glory. Every knee shall bow at your throne and worship you. Be exalted, O God, and your kingdom shall not pass away. Hey, every tongue in heaven and earth shall declare your glory. every knee shall bow at your throne and worship you, be exalted.
Me, me tycoon. Hey, see the plane.